Okay. All right. Getting into everything. Previously, the group of you have arrived in Hollow, and after not an indiscriminate amount of trouble, along the way, you found some orcs that were being assailed by a somewhat unnatural feeling white dragon. The group of you tried your best to defend the orcs, one of which did manage to escape when you had come upon the dragon. One had already been slain. The other was frozen in the midst of the fight, and then carried off as a probably snack of some type for later. After that, the group of you made the rest of your travel to Hollow, and successfully completed a series of 2 castings of the Hallow spell for Hollow, in such a manner that you can have a perpetual growth of midnight lotuses to help prepare and protect the village from any additional sources of this blight infestation, this creeping death plague that had crawled its way into the peoples. You were able to successfully save all of those who were still living by brewing a tea from the petals of the midnight lotus. And after a few days of rest and relaxation and a lot of pats on the back and sincere thanks from the peoples of Hollow, Dunnan has expressed a strong desire in hunting down Dunnan has expressed a sincere desire in seeing that this dragon does not continue to plague the people of Hollow in any way, and does not seek retribution upon them. The rest of you have your own opinions on this matter, and this is where we are picking up. A few days have passed since the curing of the ailments. All of you are long rested. None of you have levels of exhaustion. What will you be doing?
We have something from the dragon. Anything?
Any objects? You do
Any
not.
object? No. Okay.
No.
But Siegfried pointed out it's like in northeast direction from Hollow, right? If I
Correct.
recall right. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
If you'd like, I can drop you guys to the map page. But generally, and you've noticed this in your time since being at Hollow, despite the snowstorms, there are clear days, and you can see there is a large mountain range almost directly to your east that stretches as far as you can see north and south. And based on Siegfried's reckoning, the group of you did see the dragon flying off with its prize of the Auroch during your fight in the northeast direction. So you suspect it's somewhere in the northern half of this mountain range.
well, guys, are we ready to venture out?
Well, we have to wait the couple of days for them to craft.
Oh, I thought that's already done.
All of your things that you have requested here have been finished.
Yeah.
You've had a few days of downtime.
That's the day of to venture out, no?
Yeah, today or the next day. You could be having this conversation an evening before you.
Well,
time's loosey-goosey right now.
Let's get this dragon. Itching for a payback.
Spencer, before we leave, can I check on the status of my arm?
Check on the status of your arm. This was the
arm that I infected or tried to.
Gotcha. make a medicine check. You trained in Arcana as well?
I am not trained in Arcana.
Okay, just make a medicine check then. I was going to give you double proficiency.
Awesome.
You're not sure. You are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, I will pull Hang aside, fully prepared for the scolding that I am going to get. I inform her that what I have done, and am trying to see if I can figure out if it infects others outside of Hollow.
Heng is going to give you the most disapproving look that she can, and ask you who you intend to try to infect.
I will show her my arm, and I will look at her and go, sometimes the best patient is yourself. But since we are heading off to hunt a dragon, I figured me suddenly becoming deathly ill wouldn't be the best of things for the group. I honestly thought we had much longer before we left.
Ken's face starts off very bewildered. One second. Spencer, can you
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting a feedback with me. Tang is going to give first a look of bewilderment, which turns to concern and then anger. She lets out a very sharp trill, and I want to do a medicine check on his arm.
Certainly. Go for the medicine check. Okay, with a 21, you do not see any initial signs of the creeping death. Whatever has taken place doesn't seem to be taking to Aeolus in quite the same way that it did to the Owlin of Hollow.
I'm gonna say wait here, and I'm gonna fly to the pond to collect a single petal to make him eat it before we leave.
But I don't want. Oh God.
Hallie will sit on your chest and shove it down your throat if necessary.
Phrasing. After imbibing the petal, Aeolus, you do not feel anything purge from you in any type of way. You feel the healing effects take hold, but it does, based on your understanding of your own anatomy, you do not feel like you were infected in any type of way.
Okay.
Now, whether, or based on your medicine check, Aeolus, whether or not you attribute that to it affecting the Owlin specifically, or your own anatomy and the fact that you experiment with your body consistently, with your different tinctures and potions and whatnot, you can't accurately attribute what has provided this immunity to you.
Right. Okay.
You ready, Olos?
Always.
Alright. Bet you're itching to ride a dragon.
Yeah.
No riding dragons.
God, can't have any fun on this trip.
Danan cracks his knuckles and goes in direction northeast to the mountain range.
Okay.
I'll bring the pup out just for good measure.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. The group of you have a rough idea of a general direction. So as you set out, you're all, I'm assuming at this point, all of you, except Siegfried, who does not need it, is in cold weather gear appropriately. What type of search are you trying to follow? Are you setting off in the general direction, just looking for a dragon flying around? Are you looking for tracks and things that where it may have landed? I'm just throwing out ideas, but feel free to give me a suggestion as to how you are intending to do this search.
It's mostly relying on Siegfried and his sense of direction, if he's with us.
Alright, Siegfried's with you, but you don't get to use his skills because he's not here.
Okay. You're cutting in and out for me, or is it just me?
It's me too.
That's my setting
Okay.
on Discord. Let me adjust it. Okay. Oh, is that better?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, how long has it been since we've seen the dragon fly away? Since the battle, like 5 days, 4?
It's been the better part of a 10-day at this point.
Oh,
'Cause-
already. Okay.
Because you spent 2 days doing where did it go? You spent 2 days working on the Hallow spells. You spent a few days of downtime. You spent the better half of a day going from where the dragon fought to Hollow itself. So yeah, it's been a good amount of time at this point. So
And it tracks like that blood from that Orok it dragged away would have been, I don't know, covered with new snow.
the
I guess.
orc that it dragged away was not bloody; it was frozen solid. It was
Oh,
encased in ice.
okay.
So
Right. Okay.
Was there. So we know that the dragon is unnatural. Was there any scarring its presence left on the land as it when it was hunting that we can remember, that we can try to track? Like if there was like a pinwood like thickness or like common hunting grounds.
That'd be a question for Tang. She was the one who saw it stalking the Aurochs originally.
It seems to me that the people here, the Owlin, kind of know where it lives anyway. Like they have a good idea. Like they could point us in a direction that would be not too bad, and then we'd see bones and all sorts of evidence of a dragon. I don't think it would be that hard since they already kind of know where he lives. They've given him a name and at least know his name. It shouldn't be that hard. Could it?
We can talk to the speaker.
Yeah.
Is that what you choose to do?
Yes.
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Prior to you leaving, we pull up the speaker's information. Hello. I have too many folders. Speaker Uwil. Here you are. Approaching them, what are your specific questions?
Where's the dragon? Do you know where the dragon lives? Of course, we would tell him why we want to hunt it, for the sake of his tribe and everything, his village.
And Aelus will also ask about the scarring upon the land, to see if they know anything or have seen anything since they live here.
Okay. A moment. Speaking with Uul, you. So the question is specific anything about the dragon that they can help with, and any scarring upon the land. Am I right in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Scarring, no. Dragon been around many months now, but not bother hollow, take few orak, sighting few 10-day apart, not hunt often, and suspect hunt around range as much as forests of orcs. Everyone is muted. I don't know if any of you are talking.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything anyway. Do you know, though, what direction we should go to find the dragon? Whether or not he bothers you, we feel that he is dangerous in a way that should not be, that needs to be addressed.
Dragon not good, but not dangerous yet. He's not welcome, but
Well, we think he has something else to do with what's going on that's wrong around here. So we just want to make sure.
Fang's going to pipe up and say, when we had an interaction, a fight with the dragon earlier, he saw me and said that our kind has bothered him for the last time. I fear he will take action against the village if we don't go to him first.
We saw the general direction he flew off to.
we've not seen the other groups been through here recently. One went north, ish. She was nice. The other individuals we've seen recently was many 10 days ago. Almost a month and a half. And they did not stay due to Uil just sort of gestures out towards the area outside the room in which you're speaking with them, seemingly indicating because of this creeping death. They think they get infected, and they pass through, not stay for helping.
That's an understandable response.
It's possible they hunt dragon. Don't know. They might not.
That would be nice. to find out.
Lady might be interested in dragon. She seemed to have different goal. At end of range though. She did not ask questions about the dragon. Asked about ancient ruins if we knew of any. And tell her no, but she went to see herself.
Well, we now have a vague idea of where Windrider went.
Yeah.
All right.
More info than we've had in a while.
Well, thank you, Will, for the information. We're gonna head out, and we're going to do our best to locate this creature and make sure that it doesn't bother you.
Be safe. The sort of chews on his words for a moment. The things from in-betweens are dangerous. Be safe.
We will. Thank you.
We've been chasing worse stuff than that for almost the year now. I think we're not getting into anything we haven't gotten ourselves into for a while. I know it's dangerous, but we got to do what we got to do.
It's just another challenge along the road.
Mm-hmm.
If you could do us one small favor, while we are out on the road, if there is any way for you to send a signal, a distress call, if the dragon happens upon Hollow. Don't hesitate. We will double back.
I think I have option limited. He reaches into a pouch at his belt and produces a looks like a hand carved piece of opal. Beautiful in the little bit of light that it catches, and tosses it to you, Aeolus. Says, "This let us speak once, each dawn. If have problem, I send word."
Cool.
Make an Arcana check, Aeolus.
Wah.
This is one half of a paired sending stone.
Nice.
So each side of it can initiate a message once per day and then receive a response for it once per day. So basically two things can be said. You to him and him back to you, and then him to you and then you back to him.
Okay.
But after that, after both sides of that are used as an initiation plus reply, it cannot be used again until dawn. When dragon dead, bring back please. These useful.
Oh, Oh, we will bring back as much as we can carry.
No, stone. Bring stone back. Me.
Oh, yes. Well then, I will hand it to someone who will definitely make it back, and I will hand the sending stone to Tang.
Yeah.
I tuck it away in my things.
It does not require attunement. And you, as long as it's in your possession, you'll hear the message mentioned. If you are receiving, so it'll be fine. Then you would have to pull it out to apply, but other than that, you're good. Anything else before the group of you set off?
Nope.
Okay. I would like one of you to make me a survival check to get started. I'm assuming this conversation with Uul happens the previous evening, when the group of you are planning. So this is a morning in which you are setting off for a Slate.
So, 18.
18. Pretty good. Okay. Pull up. Let me jump over to my map so I can mark your token's progress.
You're cutting in and out again, Spencer.
Let me drop my setting even more. How about that? Now you should be able to hear me perfectly clearly.
I think so, yes.
All right, wonderful. Okay. It sounds like the initial plan is to follow the lowlands of the mountain range north and see if you spot anything from there. Correct?
Sounds good.
Okay. All of you who require it have snowshoes at this point as part of your cold weather gear. So everyone except Tang. And all of you have cold weather gear. So we'll not be asking for exhaustion checks as far as cold goes. That said, some hazards of travel in this region can still affect you, such as blizzards and the like. Yeah. What is it? There we go. Okay, I'm moving your token slightly from hollow over the course of a day's travel. Helleras leading your way. You make good time with that survival check. I would like the rest of the group. Helleras cannot participate since she's sort of paying attention to the immediate surroundings, keeping you on a steady path, to make perception checks for scanning the sky, scanning the forests below you that you can see through the trees here and there for any signs of a dragon. Done. Do you have the pup summoned, by the way?
Yeah, he said earlier.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, I think I missed that.
Perception.
Perception, and the pup can make one as well.
Where's the pup?
Big rolls. All right. As the day turns to night and you find a comfortable space to camp, you are unsuccessful in finding anything that would stand out as particularly dragon-like. The weather did hold. It looks like you might get some snow tomorrow. As Tang, you can feel a stiff breeze starting to blow in from the northwest, which you know will be laden with moisture from over the northern seas. And Siegfried confirms with Druidcraft you're going to get some type of precipitation tomorrow. Anyone have anything prior to bedding down to rest for the evening?
That's a negative from me.
Nope, not really, no.
Okay. I'm assuming you set a watch. You rest, recuperate, and begin your next day's journey. And like another survival check from you, Hello Ast.
Okay.
Well done. Okay. The rest of you had like perception checks.
Helly Rest just woke up with a headache and asked Dunnan if he could take point today.
And that explains why we went in a circle.
Are you sure you want that?
We are all rolling terrible.
I'll have you know that as a real human being, I have the best sense of direction of anybody in my family. Helly's fine. She is no pussy.
I need a dog perception check as well.
Oh, coming right up. Come on, doggy. Help us out.
This has been pretty good. About midday, the going has gotten progressively harder. And it's not until you're well and truly into the proper foothills of the mountains that you realize Helaras has not kept you to the lower elevations. She's gotten a little bit turned around, and you've been steadily gaining altitude, bit by bit. Midday, though, the pup does alert to something, Dunnan. It seems to pick up a scent which it recognizes.
What is it, pup? Found anything?
It just sort of looks up the mountain range. Somewhat north, but rapidly scaling the side of this pretty wide, and it looks like almost a very shallow slope towards the top of this mountain, probably worn down over time. It's not particularly tall compared to the other ones around it. It is covered in snow. It does appear that the tree line extends as you are glancing at everything. It does sit below the tree line, meaning the trees probably grow all the way up to the top and potentially on the top of this thing. So it's not particularly tall compared to some of the others that extend beyond this point, but it is the direction in which the pup is indicating it smells something.
Boy, and I'll pet the pup. I think it found a trail leading upwards. Something must have catched its nose. Something familiar. And I point out the path it found. Guess that's our best bet.
I'm going to consume one of my mutagens at this point.
Okay. Are you following the pup's path?
Well, I'll certainly will.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like a marching order for this then.
I'll-
Tang excluded.
Pup first, and me right behind it.
Okay.
Helly will take up the rear as usual.
Alright, and Aeolus
Definitely bleeding.
Aeolus in the mid. Okay.
Stuck in the middle again.
Here
Okay.
I am.
Okay. As you are starting to ascend, this is going to be a skill challenge. You need a number of successes before failures. You can tell me which skills you're intending to use as you are ascending this. Failures will add successive amounts of time that it takes to try to scale the face of this mountain as different dangers present themselves. So starting off, Dunnan, you're following the pup, so you have your heading as already. The pup is currently has the trail, so as long as you guys don't get too turned around and the trail doesn't grow too old, he'll be able to stay upon it. How would you like to contribute to this skill challenge in the lead?
Guessing I can't just, I don't know, force my way through the heavy snow or the
Yeah, no, you can absolutely do that.
just athletic wise.
Yeah. Try to help break the banks of snow to make it easier for the rest of your company behind you
Yeah.
to. Yeah. The snow is not particularly deep, but you're cutting the trail into it.
Yeah,
Go ahead and make the athletics check for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Natural one still goes for 14. Progress is not fast. The trail that the pup is following is, whilst you are still within the tree line, there are rocky, exposed parts of the ground as well, and the trees are not tightly packed together, and as such, some of the snowbanks are a little bit deeper. A couple times you slip and lose your footing, but you do make a reasonable progress towards the summit, if that is where the pup is heading. Okay. Who else would like to contribute to this skill challenge?
Ellie will contribute athletics.
Athletics has already been done.
Oh, so I can't do athletics?
so
I have a
you-
+9 in athletics.
So you could, the DC will get harder, and you'll need to contribute in some other way. What other way would you be utilizing athletics to contribute?
Dunnan's trying to blaze a trail. I am just making sure that everybody's able to stay on it. So I guess you would say I'm pushing from the back.
Okay.
Assisting getting feet unstuck from the snow, or otherwise just like spreading my arms and pushing with my chest.
Interlacing the fingers, having people step so that way you can lift them up and from a different ledger. Okay.
Just assisting.
Okay. Make another athletics check. This will be the last time that anyone can use athletics in a skill challenge as the second use, and the DC is going to be higher. Go ahead. Still pretty good.
Okay.
In a potentially risky maneuver, the group of you make a gamble that the scent trail that the bloody pup is following does a switchback along about a half-mile stretch of rock that you can see is only about 15-20 feet above you on this like sort of rough trail that you suspect you're following. And rather than taking the amount of time to travel south and then do the switchback and then come back to this position just slightly higher in elevation, with a few pushes, lunges, and the use of your climber's kit, the group of you are able to ascend to this next elevation, shaving a good degree of time, and the pup is able to refine the trail. It was a gamble that paid off, potentially risking the loss of the scent. Who else would like to contribute to the skill challenge?
Well, Spencer, you can let me know if investigation or survival is more appropriate for this. But Aeolus wants to keep. I want to keep my eyes out as we scale upwards. I want to look at any rock faces or any of the trees and see if there's markings, if there's claw marks, any indication of creatures. as we follow the pup's trail.
Are you proficient with both skills?
Yes.
Okay. Your proficiency bonus, I believe, is 4 at the moment.
Yes.
Okay. The DC is going to be slightly higher in this. Make me an investigation check with an extra 4 on top of it because you're proficient in both. Okay.
Damn.
So I was going to mark your success as erasing the initial failure from Dunnan, as a way to try to help add additional clues to follow on the trail besides just scent marking. With what is effectively a 37, because of the double proficiency I gave you. You do spot other things along the trail. You're looking out for natural tracks, claw marks, signs of movement and habitation in this area. You do not find claw marks. As the group of you are proceeding, you do find a number of holes in trunks of trees on the slope side, upslope side of some of these trees. And to your keen eyes, Aeolus, it takes you only a couple minutes to accurately guess as what these are. These seem to be the signs of a grappling hook that was wrapped around and stuck into the trunk of the tree briefly, such that a line could be dropped lower down to assist in climbing. But a number of these. You do not find any hooks themselves. It seems like whichever individual or individuals have ascended this area was continuously unhooking and then reusing their tools. But these are fresh digs, fresh marks upon the trees. And you see areas, now that you're looking out for it, where a potentially unsure footing had caused a small rock slide, where the patches of ground seem to be disturbed in some way. The dirt is resting on top of rocks as opposed to underneath, which shouldn't happen because the wind probably scours the tops of rocks over time, leaving no patches of loose dirt on top of them, but yet here they remain. You see the signs of another ascent at some point. Not a lot of them, but you very keenly pick them out. So with that, I'm counting that as a success and removing the one failure the group of you have so far. Tang, would you like to contribute in any way towards this skill challenge?
I want to be aloft and use my perception to help guide. Find the easiest path through the snow.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
I would like to use one reroll of using lucky, one charge of lucky.
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay.
This is what should happen to people who have lucky. I'm sorry.
Well, it's
I love the
supposed to be a 14. That's just what it is. Okay. That adds a failure back in. As you are sort of doing these once-overs, you do spot things that sort of stand out to you. And as it happens twice to you, and then you're like, fine, I'm not doing this anymore. But twice you fly down, excitedly start telling the group about this patch of rock that looks like it's tumbled forward, and Aeolus has already discovered that and pointed it out to everybody.
Oh, great.
You re-find the trail that Aeolus has found.
Oh, great.
Um,
Now she's not going to heal me.
Okay. Who else would like to contribute? You can contribute again. I think everyone has made an attempt at this point. So you are at this point 2 and 1.
I would probably, I don't know if insight is the correct way, but get a feeling if the pup is on the right track. Like, is it really the weight on top, or it's just like an old mountain hiking trail
Okay.
that leads nowhere?
Are you proficient in insight?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask for 2 checks from you. Make me an
Okay.
insight check and an animal handling check.
Oh boy.
Okay. You sort of encourage your pup to let loose a little bit. Really try to push and try to gain ground on this trail before it starts to go cold and the scents start to vanish. Knowing that with the current environment, you might have hours, you might have less than a day, and the snow is falling at this point. Over the course of the next couple hours, leading into sunset. Dunnan, you have a suspicion that this is not a hiking trail. Presence of the dragon, the nearest civilized town, village, is full of individuals who can fly. So there's not a need for a hiking trail to get up and down a mountain, so to speak. And the pup seems to have alerted to, this based on the animal handling, on a scent it recognizes. Not a random humanoid or a random dragon. There's something familiar to the pup that it is following at the moment. And that assuages any doubts of this just being some random trail.
I think we're on the right track. I feel it.
With sunset closing in, you guys have time for one last attempt to make significant progress here. You are near-ish to the summit.
I have proficiency in nature. Can that help?
How would you implement it?
Just I guess examining the trail myself and looking to see if I can find any indication of what kind of trail this is for, what type of animal, whether it's an auroch or the dragon. Because Bloody Pup would recognize both. Would that be okay?
It's totally fine. Is that the last check that the group wants to make on it? Does anyone else have any other ideas as well? You have more time for one more attempt, one more check. So I'll leave it to the
You guys
groups.
tell me.
Go for it.
Okay.
For it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and make me a nature check. Pretty good. As the sun sets, and the group of you are, I assume, lighting up torches, or your lantern, Aeolus, to try to follow this as long as you possibly can. One particular spot, you sort of catch it, Hellerest. You've been trying to find locations as you've been going by, knowing that you're the last member of the group. and that you can dawdle a little bit. You're taller, you're stronger than Aeolus. That even if you lag behind by a few, up to a minute or so, you're not that far behind. And you've been keeping an eye on the trail as you go for spaces in which there might be some degree of evidence of what individual creature you are following. In one of these small rock slides, the rest of the group had missed it slightly because you suspect the creature that had caused it had slid slightly before regaining their footing and scrambling back up the rock face. In the snow, almost gone, is the presence of a narrow, slightly heeled boot. You were following at least one humanoid. It is far too small to be done in, but does not feel like it's small enough to be a small statured race, such as halflings or gnomes. You suspect it's probably maybe an elf, maybe half-elf, could be a woman's boot. Doesn't appear to be orc or half-orc due to the heeled nature. A lot of times your kinfolk prefer flatter boots. It could vary, you're not sure, but you would describe it as light-footed.
Who would leave their boot here?
No, it's not a boot. It is a boot print.
Boot print. Oh. So. Who do you think
Could be an elf woman.
But why go here alone?
Considering.
Aeolus's ears will perk up at the finding. Well, it's quite possible someone put a contract out.
On the dragon? On us?
On something that, if this is Windrider, she expected to be in this region.
Yeah. She also wouldn't necessarily tell us how she's making her money, so makes sense.
Aeolus is going to cast Longstrider on himself to give him an extra pep in his step. Well, let's go. There's no way that I'm gonna lose another ember.
Okay.
How long does Longstrider last?
Let me put it in chat.
An hour. Okay.
Yes.
And which, if any of you, are carrying torches or lanterns at the moment?
Helly will be carrying something because she's way behind.
Okay.
I have torches, but not out. But I could.
Yeah, Aeolus has the lantern up.
Okay, so Helaras is carrying a torch.
Yep.
Tang is not carrying anything. Aeolus, you have your ghost lantern out.
Yes.
Is that 20 and 20 as well?
It's 30.
30 and 30?
30. Yep.
Okay. The group of you push through the last bit of tree line, and the mostly flat top of this mountain is now arrayed before you. There's rocky levels, almost plateau-like, of different regions, and ahead of you, a small gully. The sides are not more than about 5 to 8 feet in height. There's some trees growing on the upper level, but it looks like this gully has had what appear to be broken timbers sort of strewn across it in almost like a barricade of some type. It's not particularly tall in any type of way. And the ground is covered in snow and ice throughout the region. What do you do as you come to this?
I would cover the ghost lantern under my cloak. So that to emit the light,
Okay.
but not extinguish it.
Limit to 15.
And am I able to see any presence of humanoids, creatures? Can I sniff in the air for Fey Fiend?
That's a survival, right? That's the skill that's used for that for you.
Yes.
Make a survival check. Pretty good. Something smells off in this area. Dunnan, the pup is trying to scramble up one of these small embankments as well, seemingly to follow whatever scent is present.
I will let the group know that something smells off.
What do you mean smells off? Did you fart?
There's a presence here. It doesn't smell right.
Presence that farts?
You know what? Just go right ahead.
Where? Coming from where? In all seriousness.
Straight ahead is my best guess.
Sort of pervades the space, Aeolus.
This
Okay,
entire area.
I'll cast, before we do anything, I'll cast Aid at level 3 on Aeolus for sure, on Tang, and on myself. Or do you
I
have...
also want to touch Aeolus and cast Death Ward.
Kiddo guys, I'm feeling some certain kind of way here.
Noted. So that is Aeolus, Tang, and who?
Feedback.
Oh, it's Tang.
Sorry.
Aeolus, Tang, and myself get an extra 10 HP.
Okay. And then Aeolus is the recipient of a death ward.
Oh, my hit point maximum goes up. Oh.
Oh, what are you up to now?
I'm still under 100.
Let me shift you guys.
Ah, shit.
I'll turn that as any
You see this
prepper. Sorry.
space, roughly.
How much longer do I have on Strider?
Call it 6 minutes.
Okay. I want to try to scurry my way. Is this an incline?
So that section ahead of you, yeah, it's a small incline to just south of where the pup is. It's about 5 to 8 feet at most.
Okay. I would like to try to quietly get up here so that I have a better vantage point.
Make a stealth check for me. Also, all of you double check your hit points for your tokens and make sure they're correct.
Yep.
On par!
A few large rocks sort of get torn free as you scramble, but you make it up there. Nice
Shit,
and quiet,
like a panther. I'm just gonna walk over and try to. Do I see a structure down here?
You do. As you glance over the area, you see a set of stones set into the ground, and 3 outcroppings that have been crafted, overlooking a massive pit in the center of the ground here.
I will motion to Helleraston on in as I believe Tang is in the air. And I'll edge
I am Ariel, yeah.
closer so that I can get a better view of what this space may be.
Tang, how high in the air are you?
20 feet. Can everyone hear me when I'm not muted?
No.
Yes, I can hear you.
I mean, yeah, of course I can hear you. We're just all numb brain today.
No, I mean, can you hear me when I'm muted? Sorry, my question was framed wrong. When Spencer is not muted.
No, I didn't notice.
Unmute yourself.
I'm unmuted now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
we can.
Okay, I
Yes.
might just do that.
Okay.
Avoid the feedback.
Okay.
I'm gonna quaff a second mutagen.
Can you have 2 active?
Yes.
Ah.
It's just
For-
I have
Disadvantage on wisdom saves. I like it.
and charisma.
Cool.
God.
Lovely. So Tang, you're 20 feet in the air. The pup is trying to scramble up this wall and successfully done it. Probably goes over this way and starts to clamber through this barricade that's not really a barricade. It's not terribly difficult for the pup to start scrambling through it. Also making a lot of noise.
Let me try. Stupid dog. You're too big.
Let's
Cut
add a few
down your
really...
food. You only get half of the dragon's meat.
Bayless's head peeks over and goes, "Half of the dragon? What?"
What dragon? Where is it?
Oh, wait, squirrel.
Squirrel.
Can it-
Why? I'm gonna fly over the rocky outcropping that Aeolus is on.
Make a perception check, Tang.
I'll probably swing the hammer against the barrier. Well, makeshift barrier.
That's a much better perception check.
It is.
This isn't a dragon. This isn't an outcropping. It's the dragon.
Aha! You've been bamboozled. No.
It's inside his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The rest of you can go down to Whisper, and Teng can hang out for a moment.
Just
Okay.
mute yourself.
No, because if I mute myself, I don't have it. You spot off to the side, to the south of you, Teng, a human, dark-skinned with a magic glamour over their eyes. You suspect some degree of ability to see in darkness. And you spot that sort of flicker of the glamour in their eyes. They are crouched in the tree, and watching you.
Me specifically, or the group?
You specifically, who just took wing and are flying 20 feet above this outcropping. You can see they've also tracked Aeolus, and they keep shifting their eye gaze towards the sound that Dunnan and the pup are making, clearing out the wood barricade.
So they're in like the bottom.
Yeah.
Lower bottom left-hand corner.
Yes.
The tree that's.
Yeah, correct. I can't ping it.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I know. It's right above the like other crystally rock thing.
Yeah, to the right of the little tiny rocks.
Okay.
I'm gonna drag everyone back up.
Ah!
Alright, so Tang is that.
Well, I try to smash the barrier.
Easily done. You are strong enough. These are... Some of the timbers do not break, but you smash enough easily with a couple swings that these smaller pieces that are holding everything sort of together and interwoven snap, and there's this rolling of these long timber logs with the clattering of sound, but after that is easy enough to pick your way through standing. It's about 5 feet of difficult terrain, if that. Just so that way you don't end up on a you're not standing on a timber that's about to roll, basically.
I'll say to her, you wait here and watch our back, and I'll start to scramble through that.
That was to the pup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I see Aeolus from here, or is it too high?
No, you can see Aeolus.
Okay.
Yeah.
See anything, Aeolus? Anything suspicious?
I point
Maybe
out
moving.
the structure down here. There's a stone structure. I wouldn't go too far. Okay.
And then immediately goes next to it.
Nice. Okay. Helares, what are you doing during the time of Dunnan decluttering the gully and Aeolus scampering up the wall?
I'm just watching both of them, making sure neither of them does something really stupid where they need to be caught or rescued.
All right. Well, you immediately lose sight of Dunnan as he walks around.
Okay, so I'm just keeping an eye on Aeolus.
Okay. Are you staying back this far, or are you pushing up with the group?
Oh, no, I'm pushing up with a group.
Okay. So, right there. Perfect. So you scamper up as well. Where'd your token go? There we go.
There we go.
Okay. Dunnan, as you push forward,
Oh yes.
you are not bearing a torch at the moment. Helarast is. But as she crests the ridge and the light from her torch sort of shines out throughout the space, and you step forward and you see this structure in front of you. A voice calls out to you, Dunnan. And if you keep following me, I'd swear you got a thing for me, Dunnan. Tell me, why are you here?
Do I recognize the voice?
You do.
And
Oh,
can I
shit.
pinpoint it to a name?
Opposite, you can pinpoint the sound, the source of the sound initially, is the opposite side of this structure. And stepping around from behind the crystal, the lower edge there, you see none other than Grottle Darkhand.
God.
It sounds like Grotto.
What by Martin's blazing balls are you doing here?
My job, obviously. Well, our job. Smile
never
crosses their
mind.
lips.
What job? You can't be up to no good again.
I can be up to plenty of no good. Oh, this one's an honest day's work. We found a voice, not you.
had an honest day's work? Ha!
The
Don't
voice
make
is
me laugh.
ours. You can't have him.
No.
Along with all
Mine.
of his horde.
Oh no.
We intend to liberate it.
You know?
You talking about the dragon?
Yes. His name is a voice.
Yeah, we know that. Smart ass.
Well, I playing devil's advocate. You can have the horde if you want to help us extinguish its life.
I turn
Sure.
sharp back to Aeolus and say,
That sounds like a right proper deal.
they're gonna stab us in the back and leave us to die if something happens and goes awry. I don't trust the word they say. And I turn back to Grotto. You still owe me. And I'm gonna collect the debt you owe me today. And I'll just point my hammer at Grotto. Are you reacting in any way?
They did not react. So
A step
Tang, I
closer.
whispered something to you as well. Grattle's just looking at you, smiling. That's a hold on, and you can't step there.
Oh,
He
sorry,
just
that's a
falls in the
hole.
hole.
Oh, I thought it's like glass or something. Sorry.
No, you cannot step in that location.
I want to call out and tell Donna to calm down.
Unless I adjust your light.
Donna is not listening. Donna is not listening to you at all. Yeah, he's gonna focus on Quattro. So, gonna run away again? You still owe me.
Unless you scamper down the embankment, causing another few rocks to fall.
Yes.
Okay, Donna's had enough. He's gonna cast Whole Person on Quattro.
Alright.
On it.
As you are taking a hostile action,
Yes.
within sight of everyone, that triggers initiative.
Cool. You guys stay back, that's my fight. No helping, and I mean it. Stuff.
Quality.
That is story right there. It's there we go. Is that music I hear?
I'm adjusting that in a moment. Okay. This is very wise. Fighting at the top of this area.
Dunham's not known for his emotional intelligence.
Okay.
Oh. I don't hear
So,
music.
I just added it. You're
I
not
should.
you're not viewing the stream.
No, yeah.
Nope.
Sorry.
Okay. All good. Let me adjust this for a moment. There we go. Prior to, as you start to cast the spell and take a hostile action, there is a held action that triggers that Tang tried to warn you about. Lend, whom she had spotted and had an arrow knocked, looses said arrow. Dunnan, that is a 21 to hit you.
Yes.
Okay. You are at full health hit points prior to that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you take 10 points of piercing damage, and I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw. Let me double check. Against poison, you have advantage. All right, 23. So as the arrow strikes you, it just sort of wings you for a moment, but you feel there is some coating upon this arrow. The poison does not affect you, but it does not feel pleasant either. As you see Lend in the cover of a tree to the southwest of the map.
I knew you wouldn't be far away. Still protecting that fucker over there.
Aeolus,
Do it.
do you do
Do
anything
better.
as we get into initiative?
I will scream at Tannen. We trekked up here to kill a dragon. You're going to start a fight with individuals who you have a rotten past with, but who aided us before. Why can't this hold until after we deal with the dragon? And I'll just step closer.
Okay. Grotto will take no hostile action on their turn. However, they will use they're always ready. And seemingly from nowhere, a suit of very well made, beautiful looking splint armor is conjured onto their being, along with their crag hammer, which they're currently using as a cane that they're just leaning on the head of it with a pommel stuck into the ice and stone.
Did my spell even work?
You took a hostile action, which triggered initiative, so all of these things happen as you are casting your spell. Trying to get the drop on the initiative order in full view just triggers initiative. So as it comes around to your turn, you can continue with the casting of the spell. You just rolled really poorly on initiative. Or you can choose to abate that and take a different action based on actions. So
I won't react to Aeolus. I just stare at Grotto. I'll cast my spell.
Gotcha. Hellerast, do you take any action as you hear Dunnan starting to intone this spell?
No, just swearing deeply under my breath. Fuck, here we go again.
Tang, you tried to warn Dunnan. Is there anything else that you do in this instant?
I have not seen these people before.
You have not?
Don't know how many of them are. So I'm gonna cast Hold Person on Dunnan.
Oh, okay. Dunnan, make a wisdom save.
Ooh. What's the DC?
It's Tang's DC, whatever Tang's DC is.
18.
Of course, I roll a 2. Of course.
Okay. So Dunnan, you're as you are starting to intone this spell, The arrow finds you, and then you feel yourself lock up for a moment. We come around to Dunnan's turn. You do not spend the spell slot, Dunnan, because you were interrupted in the casting. So, oh yeah, you can move.
I'm going to swoop down and land in this area, and put my staff out, arm out, and say, "Everybody, please calm down."
Dunnan, as it comes around to your turn, you do not have to spend the spell slot. You triggered everything with that initial hostile action, but you weren't able to complete it. Make a wisdom save to shake off the hold person. 20. So at the end of your turn, you do successfully shake off the hold person. Your single-minded thought pattern interrupted briefly by Tang's actions. Do you say
Can
anything?
I move?
No.
Can I move?
You cannot. So hold person,
Okay.
the check is at the end of your turn. However, you have an opportunity to say something, respond in some way,
Okay.
just not actions or movement or something.
I turn around to the others and say, I told you to stay out of it. This is my fight, and I'm not gonna let them away this time. I'm here to collect the debt. That's it. And he has the sternest look at everybody you've ever seen Dunnan. He's honest and he doesn't fuck around. Last warning. Now turn back to Grotto.
Okay. As you turn back to Grottle, you hear a keening cry split the air from somewhere above you. The roar of a dragon and the heavy flap of wings rapidly growing louder. I would like you, Dunnan, to make a dexterity save. Nice. And I'll roll one for Grottle as well. Also pretty good. Surprisingly so. Swooping down from on high and strafing through the space, Dunnan and Grottle, you are both able to rapidly dodge out of the way in time for the tail that was swinging down through the space before a voice turned and alighted on one of the embankments over here. Grotto will use their reaction. Say, sounds like your friend offered us a great deal and would be willing to take you up on that. How about it?
Your deal. Fuck you.
Aeolus, do you have any response?
There is no deal.
Shalaras, Tang. You can all chime in if you'd like.
I am not here for the horde. I'm here to stop a threat and to possibly relinquish some body parts off of the dragon. How about everyone else? We don't need to fight each
That's
other.
all I'm here for. Dunnan, I love you. I know I love you, but this has got to wait. I'm not saying it needs to go away, but it's got to wait. Can you wait?
No.
Lend will call out that the dragon's more important. Got to deal with that.
No shit.
Tang, who you were successful in your perception check on land. You see him pull up a cloak, the hood of a cloak, and vanish from sight. Let me move this token to the GM layer.
But happy to see that you're. Oh, where'd he go?
And then you hear 2 quarrels launched towards the dragon. First one impacting, dealing 12 points of damage. Second one impacting with a 22, dealing 30 points of damage thanks to Slayer. And the dragon needs to make 2 con saves. Passes both of them. So we come around to Aeolus. What'll it be?
How high is the dragon up in the air?
Dragon has alighted upon that embankment there. It is on the ground.
Okay. I'm going to activate my Crimson Ray. Lightning. Thank you. And I am going to...
The only time you want to see the one.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's always been 5s or 6s. And I will rush towards the dragon and will swipe at it.
Okay. You can make your movement. Do you have enough movement to get there?
I am at 45 feet, unless this has been 6 minutes.
45 gets you there.
Okay. Then I will...
There. No.
Then I will forego my action and will just sprint
Dash.
towards the dragon.
All right. You scampering up the embankment up to
Yep.
there. All right, go for it.
Ah, now I can see the dragon.
Yep. All right, so that's action bonus movement. Brings us to Grottle with Hellerest on deck.
Hello, beastie.
Grottle will use their bonus action to dash. And then movement to scale. Then deal's a deal. And make 3 attacks with their crag hammer. 21 hits, 16 misses, 28 hits. Aeolus, make me an Arcana check. Very good. As the crag hammer impacts the dragon, you hear the faint booming of thunder damage that this thing is dealing. You immediately recognize a magical weapon. And Grottle moves it like this thing is made of willow wand, not heavy steel. That brings us to Hellerest, with Tang on deck.
Okay. Helly's way the hell away from everything, so she's going to move as close as she can.
Yep.
Which would be...
Make an athletics check for me as you move.
Okay.
Pretty good.
It's a scramble.
From the upper area, so hold on, you were there, 5. You are able to get an extra 10 feet of movement leaping off of the thing. So
Okay.
that'd be 10 feet of movement spent to get to that spot so far.
Okay. So then let's go 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to stand next to Dunnan. And let's see. So it's 40 feet to the dragon. I'm going to go ahead and just stay where I am, but pull Corin.
Okay, Bullcorn. Sounds good. And you currently have a
Bullcorn.
torch in your hand, so you cannot use your bow at the moment. Just be aware.
Right. Yeah. No.
You're
Just going to
providing
have
light.
Cola Steel Mitigator in my right hand, torch in the left.
Sounds good. Okay. Go ahead and pull Corin out, set her hit points, and remember you can conjure within 15 feet of you.
Yep. Right next.
And that'll bring us to Tang.
I am going to fly my butt over to Dunnan, touch him, and cast Protection from Energy. Oh,
Okay.
He now has resistance to hold for up to an hour.
Hold for up to an hour, and that is concentration, I believe,
That is
right?
concentration.
Okay. I marked down your concentration. All right. Anything else?
I'm going to look at him pleadingly and say, please hit the dragon first.
It gives you a quick look and then just looks right at the dragon and Krato.
Anything else say?
No, that's it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, the dragon will use a legendary action and make a wing attack. Aeolus and Grottle need to make dex saves. Grottle fails with a 6. Jeez. And Aeolus fails with an 18. 13 damage to each, and both are knocked prone. The dragon then flies half its speed. And it'll get to here. It likes this position, with a whole bunch of enemies grouped up. After Tang is not Dunnan. It is Gwen. Who, with the dragon moving, is outside of range. Will dart past Aeolus, leaping over this nimble elven woman. And she will throw, as she's pulling from a pouch on her belt, a handful of shuriken that she will throw at a voice. She gets 2 sets of 4 for this.
Fine. Just don't help me up.
No natural ones. Only 2 hits in the first set. Second set misses entirely. Because she got a natural 1. So the dragon takes 8 damage. Alright, and that will be... Let me double check bonus actions for her. Nope, she's good. Round to Dunnan, with a voice on deck.
Well, Dunnan bolts in direction.
Go ahead, wherever you'd like to go.
Next to Krato.
Is that an action dash?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, nothing with the bonus?
You know what? Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright. Shield of Faith. That brings us to a voice's turn. Who will turn at the source of needling pain and the individuals who just assailed him. Move back with a flutter of wings. And will unleash a breath weapon. Cone. Rounded. Linger. It's a 60-foot cone. I need to measure from corner.
Gratel doesn't benefit from my aura because I do not consider them ally.
That's fine.
So
Con saves across the board.
Oh, even worse.
It's cold. So that is not a lend. Gwen. Wow. Gwen nailed it. Natural 20. Gravel passed also. Okay. Aeolus. You're the only one that failed.
Yep.
You take 59 points of cold damage.
Yep.
As you are blasted with this icy breath. Everyone else takes half. Really high damage roll too. A lot of 8s.
I take quarter, right? Because I'm
Quarter you have
now.
resistant, yeah. So half
Yep.
of that would be 29.
So
so you take
14?
14. Yeah. Grottle takes 29. Gwen takes 29. And that is the dragon's turn. At the end of the dragon's turn, Len gets to use his legendary action. And then we come around to Len, who will launch 2 more arrows at the dragon. And then we will be coming around to Aeolus while I mark damage.
Alrighty.
Len hits twice for 32 and 24 damage.
Nice.
He's invisible. He has advantage across the board, and he's got Slayer.
Nice.
Dragon has to make 2 con saves as well. Go ahead, Aeolus.
Aeolus is going to stand up and just shivering.
The dragon fails one of these. It will use a legendary resistance against Len's poisons. Continue.
He will. His action will cast Cure Wounds on himself.
Ooh, nice.
And I will stand up and, seeing Conan not focusing on the dragon, I will scream out, "Are you really that simple-minded? Do you see what that is? You're gonna let her or them cloud your judgment? Either turn your attention to what's gonna aid us, or I'm gonna fucking throw you down the pit myself." And Aeolus is going to use the rest of his movement and is going to make his way towards the dragon.
Okay.
So, there.
Oh, because your action was Cure Wounds, right?
Yeah.
Right. That'll bring us to Grottle. We'll spend their action, some of their movement to stand. Look, I don't know why you think I owe you anything, but you're more than welcome to get paid at the end of this. We got a job to do, and you're not going to stand in the
Not
way.
money I seek from you. You know exactly what you owe me.
They're going to bonus action disengage, anticipating that you intend to attack them. They're going to make an athletics check.
Doesn't matter, I have Sentinel.
That's fine. They are leaping. Are you making an opportunity attack?
Yes.
Go for it.
Yes.
15 does not hit them with their splint.
Yeah, of course.
As they leap almost over you, landing heavily on the snow there. And they will action dash to get back towards a voice. That'll bring us to Hellerast with Tang on deck. I'm listening, I'm grabbing coffee.
Okay. Right. Just moving as close as I can to Aeolus. Let's see here. Right there. Corn, I guess, comes with me. And I'm gonna go ahead and cast. Let's see here. I'm gonna cast Life Transference to Aeolus, so I don't have to worry about him anymore. So let's see here.
What are you talking about? I'm fine.
You know you always say that. Let's see. So I need 48.
And I'm confident that I will be a wonderful ice sculpture.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a nice time.
Yeah, everyone just needs to chill.
Okay, so Aeolus, take 28,
No
I guess.
way.
And I'll take...
Do you hear the groaning in my background?
Yeah.
So that's it for me. I can't take an action, or can't take an attack on anything. So I'm just going to keep Aeolus alive and
Okay. Yeah.
go from there.
And you said you moved Corin? Or are
And
you just
Corin
keeping her with you?
I'm just keeping her with me. She's like riding on my shoulder, technically.
Okay. Sounds good.
On a hat, as a hat.
Brings us to Tang with Gwen on deck.
That's the worst backpack ever. Oh, God.
Oh, God. Holy shit.
I am level 2 healing wording Aeolus.
Nice.
And then as my action, I am using Lightning Strike on the dragon.
Ooh. Is that a deck save?
Dex with DC 15, yeah. Take 66 lightning or half as much on fail save.
Fails with an 8. It's gonna burn a legendary resistance. So give me a half. 9 points. Okay. And then are you staying put where you are, taking wing?
No, I am taking wing.
How high up in altitude are you going?
I'm gonna go 15 feet up, and I'm going to fly a little bit further away from the dragon.
Okay. Further away.
And not in this wonderful spread that we have made ourselves.
Yeah. That'll bring us to Gwen, who is going to keep moving. And send another 8 shuriken at the dragon. This within 40 feet. 3, 4. Wild misses to start out with. Just did not hit. Natural 1 on the second set. Misses all 8. That then brings us to Dunnan. You're halfway up this small embankment.
Mm.
What'll it be?
I'll
Aeolus has just
Yep.
threatened you also.
closer. I swing my hammer. I swing one at the dragon.
Okay. Yeah, throw. From.
Yes.
Alright. Uh, 20 hits the voice.
Then I'll look back at the Olas and target Grotto with my second.
Sure. Yeah, 21 hits, Grottle. 12 points.
Now, a question.
No.
Does Crusher also apply on thrown attacks?
Throw a crusher
Yes.
in here. I'm sorry, hit creature attacking deals bludgeoning damage. I would say so, yeah. So, pushing Grottle back 5 feet.
Yes. Just for flavor, just like the big heavy hit in the stomach from the or at the chest.
Nice. I like it.
You're not getting away this time.
I most certainly will. With my pack laden with gold. End of your turn done?
Yes.
A voice is going to take a legendary action and make a tail attack against you. 23 to hit you.
Yes.
15 points of bludgeoning and 5 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Alright. That will then bring us to a voice's turn. Interesting. Alright. To start out with, a voice is going to drop into this space right here with a few flaps of its wings. And it is going to unleash a multi-attack, which starts with a deafening roar, forcing a horror save against everyone. Okay. What's my DC here? 15. Dunning, you passed. Make your future saves worse by 1. Hellerast, you failed. Your future saves get better by 1. And Tang, you passed. And Iolus failed, obviously. The DC was 15. So if you passed, your future saves get worse. If you failed, your future saves get better. Failures of Aeolus and Hellerast, you are shaken. For the next 7 rounds, you are shaken.
Oh shit.
At the end of each of your turns, you can reduce the green pip by 1. Okay. The rest of its multi-attack, so that replaced one of its claws. It will try to bite you, Dunnan, and claw Aeolus.
Okay.
Aeolus, 19 to hit you.
Hits.
Okay. 10 points of slashing and 4 points of necrotic. And then the bite on you, Dunnan, is a 30 to hit you.
Sure.
Which is 10 points of piercing and 2 points of cold, reduced to 1 because you're resistant, so 11 total. And I need a concentration check for...
Is the bite also magical?
It is not.
So
7 and 1, yeah. And I don't believe that'll break your concentration, because you have a +9, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're fine. And that will end a voice's turn. Bring us to the top of the order. I think now's a good chance to do a mid-session break before we continue.
Okay.
Right.
Alrighty.
Oh God.
A noble fight.
Yay. The shaken. Is it -2? Right, okay. Okay, I'm gonna mark that on my character sheet so I remember for later.
It's like when somebody almost rear ends you or sideswipes you, but it doesn't happen, but you're freaked out for like the next half hour because you came so close to death.
Okay. It's a, oh shit, that just happened. Okay. Okay.
Well, that's all.
Okay.
I'm constantly shaken.
Okay, that brings us to Lend. I should have done his attacks. Lend crits.
Yes.
His first attack deals 30 damage. That is not the crit. Lend is dangerous, guys.
Jesus, man.
I'm so happy we saved him.
What did I make you create, man?
He is a ranger with Slayer, and well stocked with items at this point, thanks in part to the group of you.
So happy
And
we could help.
then his Slayer, so his second attack, the crit, is 13 piercing. I moved him already. Plus 38 from Slayer. And that's him. Around to Aeolus. Voice is not looking great. It's starting to look rough.
Aeolus, cleary-eyed, is going to activate Blood Curse of the Marked. He's going to amplify it. And is going to take a swipe at a voice.
You have advantage. Oh, but
Yeah,
canceled out for the
disadvantage.
disadvantage. I follow. Yep. 20 does hit. And you get okay, you got both of your dice in there. Awesome.
Yep.
So
And
that
then
is 20 points of damage. That's decent damage for you, Aeolus.
I know, it's great. And then I'm gonna slide to try to get Gunnin out of my view. And I'm going to attack a second time. Do I have flanking?
Yes.
Okay. And then, so we don't have this issue again, I'm going to brand a voice.
Noted. At last, dismiss it. Okay, sounds good. You know, the brand of creature. How long does this last beyond, like, a fight, so to speak? Is it until short or long rest?
So everything I've searched, it just lasts until it is dispelled.
Okay, cool. Alright, you have branded a voice.
And then I am going to...
After... As you searing arcane light into the side of the dragon. Anything else for your turn?
I am just going to move so that we're all not in a line or whatnot. Just, shift.
End of your turn, a voice is going to take a legendary action tail attack against you. 15 to hit you.
Does not hit.
You hopscotch over the tail.
That just hurts my knees.
All right, that'll bring us to Grottle. Grottle is going to charge forward to there. Actually, they can get up on the embankment. It's much more tactical.
We get an attack of opportunity.
No.
Oh. Okay.
They're charging up on the embankment.
You reckon.
I did it before anything happened. I was thinking of what Grottle would do. Because they're not an idiot. Charge up there and is going to make 3 Craghammer attacks against a voice. 16 misses, 17 misses, natural 20 hits. 23, 35 points of thunder damage to a voice.
I love that hammer.
No. That's Grottle. That'll bring us to Hellerast with Tag on deck.
Okay, Hellerast is close enough to, since she still has that fucking torch in her left hand, but doesn't really want to take any light away from the situation. She's going to move forward. Corin with her. And she's just going to take a Soulless Steel attack on a voice. Yeah.
You have advantage, thanks to Grottle, if you see Grottle as an ally.
I do see Grottle as an ally, so shall I try it again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, better.
It's 11s. Your first attack was 11, second attack was 11.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No. Still, a noble attempt, and then Corin has an advantage as well.
Yeah, she can go ahead and take a Spirit Strike hit.
Oh. Roll it one more time. There we go. All right. So Corin gets 13 points of damage, sort of following into that arcane mark. All right. Anything else, Hellerast?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, prior to Tang going, a voice is going to use 2 legendary actions and wing attack. And
God damn it.
everyone to make dex saves. Except Tang. Tang is fine. The other 3 of you are not. And Grottle makes a dex save.
My knees.
Wow.
Ellie's just
Grottle rolled a 7. This is failures across the board. Everyone is knocked back 10 feet. Or prone, if you would get knocked into a wall.
Oh.
Yep.
So Aeolus, you're prone. Additionally, all of you take 14 points of damage.
Yep.
A voice then gets to move half of his speed. You see the wings flap, battering all of you back. As a voice pushes themselves out over the gap, snaps the wings close, and dives into the mountain.
Can I get an attack of opportunity?
No. Oh. Actually, you're prone. You can, yeah.
Hiya!
No.
God damn it.
On brand for you. On brand. Now we come around to Tang.
I'm going to fly a little closer to the opening.
Certainly. With your passive perception, as you get closer, Tang, everyone else is still sort of recovering from everything. You hear the wing beats of a voice getting slowly fainter. You gather they are descending down into the mountain.
Concern for my party, I am going to cast Mass Cure Wounds. The bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would, yeah.
30-foot radius.
Yep.
Yeah, that's everybody.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Are you including Grottle in the healing?
I am.
And Gwen? Alright.
I don't have a.
Pull up the spell. Just put the spell in chat. Hit the little chat bubble for it. Okay, so it is a 5th level spell. So it is 3d8 plus 7. Plus your wisdom modifier. What's your wisdom modifier is 5, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 3d8 plus 12. So 27 hit points to everybody.
Nice.
Oh, I'm almost at full.
That's considerable.
Yeah. Gwen is almost back to full. Grottle's looking pretty good. Anything else, Tang?
How many? 27?
27, yeah.
That is it for me.
Alright. Gwen is standing down, not taking any hostile action. She's coming and collecting some of the hurricane that missed and landed on the ground. Done. Around to you. Done and you're muted.
I'll turn to Grotto and Gwen, and I'll cast Fear on both.
Wisdom save?
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. What's your DC?
17.
Okay. Grottle saves. Seems unaffected. Gwen, mid pickup, just sort of starts backing up slowly away from you.
I'll get close to her, so she can't move away. Cause
Okay.
and I'll hold over a hammer over her head and look at Grotto. Can I finally pay what you are owing me? Or are you gonna do it the hard way?
The dragon's turn passes. Brings us to Lend. You hear Len's voice ring out somewhere over near Tang. Don't be hurting my companions. I don't want to drop you. Grotto told me I can't, but I will. Grotto looks
No
at
reaction.
you. Am I the one threatening people for no reason? Someone who clearly has no interest in being combative. I'm not wrong here. You're the one being vicious.
I have a reaction if you'll allow it.
Certainly.
Ael's gonna stand up and is going to walk over, and he looks at Dunnan. He goes to move this way, and he's going to turn around and, with lack of strength, but punch Dunnan in the face. And he just stands there and just goes, "What is this about? That you would risk our lives against something like that?" And he points in the hole.
He just stares. You still don't know, Gretel, what you took from me? Or do you don't even try to remember? That's even more of an insult. Or do you remember, Land, what happened years ago? What was denied to me? I don't hold it against her and point to Gwen. She doesn't know. But you both know.
Someone fill me in.
Grotto looks at you, Dunnan. Go ahead. Fill her in. Because you're the one threatening someone who you just proclaimed their own innocence.
I sigh. Gretel and me had a duel. Way back. Because I wasn't compliant, let's say. Or didn't trust in their leadership. And wanted to direct the Destinies in a different way. So I challenged them to a duel. And those duels are always to the death. No matter what. But Gretel pulled their punches. And left me there. Disgraced. Dishonored. Humiliated. That feeling, I've carried that for years and years. And they slipped away. They slipped away once, but not again. This time we're gonna have our fight and our conclusion. You're not getting away this time. And I don't fucking care about the dragon down there, Aeolus. I don't care.
Weren't you the one that told me to let
Shut up.
go of the past?
I don't care.
The only thing making you look foolish now is continuing to pursue this stupid, and I will say stupid to you, Dunnan, this stupid, nobody knows, nobody cares. Gretel saved your life. He spared you.
Care. I don't care
because
what
he
you
didn't want to
think.
kill you.
It's
Okay,
all
well,
about
go ahead.
perception. I don't care what you all say.
I got
I've
no
carried this
desire
wrath for
to kill you,
years.
Dunnan. You're
But
too
I do.
good.
You denied me my death. I shouldn't be here. I carried this dishonest.
I'll give you your death.
Yeah,
You
because
want
my
your
wrath
death
keeps me
right
alive.
now, Dunnan? I'll give it to you right now. Come on, fucker.
Yeah.
You're pissing me off.
Are you attacking Dunnan?
I will hold my arms out, and I will
fight all of you if you deny me my revenge.
Oh,
My
we'll
fight.
give you your revenge back.
You can have your revenge, maybe.
Yes, and I came back for you.
After the dragon.
No, because Gretel is gonna slip away again because he's a coward and runs away. He doesn't care about. Don't care about responsibilities and honor, but I do. And it's kept me alive for years.
How honorable would it be to kill someone while they're down? Really? You're my friend, Dunnan.
It
Whether
is the
you want to
rules.
admit it or not, we traveled together. We fought together. We did jobs together. Sometimes we had disagreements about that, but
Sometimes. And I just sneer. He argued all the way. Never listened to me.
I
Never.
think it'd be honorable to throw that all away just because you think you deserve some warrior's death that neither of us have earned at that point. Not the least of which at each other's hands. But an honorable death, you gotta live honorably. Not convince a friend that you have a disagreement with to kill you. Doesn't sound honorable to me. There's no honor in it for me. There's none for you neither. Honorable death is earned.
So you're backing out again?
I'm more than happy to fight you. I will not kill you. You're more than welcome to try to kill me, but you will not be slain by my hand.
You still don't
That'd
get
be
it.
dishonorable. Begging for death.
No. You've denied me once. You won't again. Do you swear on your life that we are going to fight after this dragon is down by us?
I will not attempt to kill you.
I will. You can be sure of that.
Going into
I
that
won't.
fight, I'm more than happy to agree to those terms. But understand, you will be bested and you will be left alive.
We will see. We'll see about that.
Can I talk to you for a moment? I'm gonna say that to Gretel.
Yes, young thing.
Okay, I'm gonna get Gretel over into a corner, and can we pop into whisper?
Yeah, sure. I can kick everyone else out.
Okay.
Alright.
So, there's gonna be a dragon horde down there.
Yes.
Dunnan clearly will not get past this until someone dies. If I can use one of the diamonds from the dragon horde, you can kill Dunnan and I'll bring him back and everything should be fine. And if you die somehow, I will bring you back.
I will not attempt to try to kill Dunnan. I'll best him, embarrass the hell out of him, and I think that's why he's upset.
Exactly. So I'm asking you, as his friend, to kill him. And I will bring him back, and we can all move on.
You'll need to confirm you have something to bring him back beforehand. But if it happens, then it happens.
If we find a diamond of sufficient value for me to cast my spell, I will bring back whoever loses this duel. You have my word.
That's fine.
It's not a lot of shit.
I'm gonna look at you for a moment. I'm more than willing to keep that in mind. I will still attempt to not kill them, but it's good to know I don't have to hold back too much, just in case.
I know. Get back to the group.
After some whispering, you see Tang sort of stick out a claw for a moment. Gretel does not shake anything. Says a few more words back and forth between the two of them. And then they turn back more well-voiced to the group. Alright.
Planning your funeral?
Pardon?
Planning your funeral?
Yes. I requested specifically you give the most beautiful eulogy you could possibly come up with.
Does it have to be sober? Please let it be sober.
It does. There's no bar.
I love it.
Land, you got ropes.
Actually,
You see Lend shimmer into existence about 10 feet behind Hellerast. As they drop their cloak, the hood of their cloak. I got a lot. Are we descending?
I can take 5 of us the quick route.
What's the quick route?
Define that, please.
I could, if we
Something.
free fall, I could slow 5 of us down so that we land peacefully.
Oh, I'll jump.
I'll jump.
Well, you can fly,
You
can't
go,
you?
Kings.
I'll take the rope. The honest way. And,
Is it-
and I look at a Kratos.
Is it 5 in addition to you?
It is.
Choose
Up to 5 creatures.
Okay. That is 5 including you, so 4 others.
Yes.
Well, I believe we have 1 individual too many, discounting our flying friend. Would you be able... Gwen, do you think she can lift you?
I can try.
looks at you, 10. Can you try lifting Gwen up? I mean, she's the lightest of anyone here, I suspect.
Assuming that's a strength check.
Yes, athletics.
Athletics. No.
Yeah.
I also have an emergency for one other, which I will do on myself.
That would cover all of us, yes?
It will.
Okay. How deep do we think this is? That's the other question. There's no guarantee that we get out.
Aeolus will take a small pebble, will take his tinker tools, strike it so it lights up, and he'll throw it into the hole.
Make me an intelligence check.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good. You watch the light vanish into the darkness. About a good 4 seconds pass. And then you hear the tink, tink, tink of the rock clattering against something else.
Hope to hit your head, you fuck.
It's quite a deep pit. You see Lend is off to the side, currently attaching a number of ropes together. Figure we should put some of these around, and then we can climb back up. Your fast way down is not a fast way up.
Oh, it's not. Also, last time we saw you, I'm happy to see that you recovered.
Better then. Lend unbuttons their tunic, a few buttons at the top. And you notice Lend is not wearing any type of cold weather gear in the slightest. As they unbutton, just underneath the collar of the tunic, about the bottom inch of their neck, and then covering their skin as if their flesh itself has been turned to bronze. All of the muscles and tendons still showing through perfectly. They have this metallic sheen to their body.
What the shit?
A useful little jar we found. It gives a bronze skin to those who wear it. Better armor than even Grottle carries. Good for moving quietly.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. Good for you.
Grottle, that hammer.
Yes. You cannot have it.
I don't think I'm strong enough to wield it. It suits you.
Speaking of armor, I think I might have a solution to get the last member down.
I thought we were... we have everyone covered, correct? Looks at you, Aeolus.
Aeolus, is your extra thing a consumable item?
It is not. I was going to levitate myself at the last moment.
I don't trust your kind. Why don't I just let one
hurts.
of you wear my armor?
That hurts a lot.
Is your armor attunement?
It's a non-attunement magic item.
Yeah.
The maximum amount of blood-reaching damage you can take from falling is reduced to 1d6.
That could still kill me.
Okay. The caveat. So, if you are doing an armor swap around, you have donning and doffing times included. So, depending on what is at the bottom, Tang, you would no longer have armor, and Aeolus, you would be wearing leather armor, effectively.
I don't have to let Aeolus wear it.
That's true.
All right with my way.
So, Gretel chimes in. So the deal is, sort of looks at you, Aeolus, and glances at Dunnan. Kill a dragon, go through the horde, glances at Tang, collect all of our spoils, and then you and I will be fighting. Right, Dunnan?
Correct.
Sounds good. All right.
Can I do an insight check?
Certainly.
Like if
Absolutely.
they are lying?
Yeah, go for it. And they seem to be straightforward about it.
Okay.
May I add a
Not
caveat?
allowed.
Just
Caveat?
that, yeah, caveat. If there is something else dangerous down there in that hole besides the dragon, we get that too.
So we
Just in case.
we make sure
All day.
our area
all
is safe, and then we have at each other.
Yes.
By all means.
Donna, you okay with that?
As long as I get my duel, I'm fine with whatever.
Okay.
So, we all have to stay within 60 feet of each other, which I don't think is going to be a problem.
All right.
And trust me, I have leaped off of high things a lot as a child.
Only as a child?
Well, there was that last time at a yeah. All my life, okay.
With the limitations of this spell, that would also necessitate that the pup is staying up top, by the way.
Yes,
Okay.
it's just Jason.
Put my armor on
Alright.
the pup.
No.
Oh,
It is not pup-sized armor.
Couldn't Dunnan just deconjure him and reconjure him if necessary?
How long does
Take an
protection from
hour.
energy work?
It works for an hour.
Okay. It is still up at this moment, then. Shield of Faith is 10 minutes, I believe. Correct, Dunham? Yeah. Shield of Faith is down, but protection
Yes.
from energy is still up, because Teng did not take any damage.
Cool.
To break concentration. Okay. One by one, the group of you line up on the edge. And at your mark, Aeolus, do you jump?
yes.
Okay.
I hope this is a straight fall.
Okay. As the group of you are descending, Tang, are you falling at the same rate of them, and then you're just going to snap your wings open?
I'm gonna stay a little bit above them.
Okay. So delay your
My
jump
eyes
slightly
see.
and then fall.
Well, I was just gonna go.
Okay. That works. So you get down a few seconds after them. Aeolus, make me an initiative roll. Okay. As you are falling, Hellerest, I assume you no longer have a torch lit, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Falling into the dark.
Let me adjust that. Alright. No longer have a torch lit. You're timing, Aeolus. You're counting the seconds. Knowing how far it took until you heard that rock hit something, that's your gauge as to when you are casting Featherfall here. About 3 seconds after you saw the last set of boots, not counting Tang, leave the ground into this abyss, you unleash Featherfall. And a split second later, you cast Levitate on yourself. Levitate does not stop your momentum to the same extent. But it starts to counteract it. I need you to roll me a d6, please.
Yep.
Okay. It counteracts it enough that you are taking the minimal amount of fall damage here. You have enough time for Levitate to start acting against your downward momentum. So you take 11 points of fall damage.
Okay.
Every one on that d6 was going to represent 3d6 points of fall damage. So you only took 3d6. Could have been 18d6. So. Oh well. Okay.
What did I say, Aeolus?
Few seconds after falling, all of you alight upon the ground. Carefully. Aeolus, a little bit less so. You hear the crunch underneath your feet as you realize you are standing on rock and ice in a large cavern. A group of you just barely missed a cliff. This large, sort of tiered embankment of stone. You are right at the base of it. It is directly next to you. And to either side, you can see lower leveled tiered level. If you picture like rice paddies on the side of a mountain, sort of like that feeling. You have these different flat levels. A group of you are currently at the base of this level. Tang, as you slowly glide down, you get a good view of the area. On the uppermost region of these tiers is a glittering pile of treasure.
I want to cast level 2 Cure Wounds on Aeolus.
Certainly.
What? I'm fine.
20 points for you, Aeolus. Let me shift all of you to a map.
That went perfect. Is everyone else okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
All right, cool.
Better than you.
Oh, I've always wanted to do that.
So Aeolus, you are currently shedding light as well.
Yes.
Let me double check, make sure your token is. It is. Grottle will immediately reconjure their armor. And Lend will throw up his hood. I'm going to leave Len's token up at this point. And just put something indicating that they are invisible. And you hear the footsteps of Len slinking off somewhere.
Just to keep in mind, I'll consider Grottle and the others as allies now, for now.
Okay.
To get the benefit of the aura.
It's +5, right?
Yeah.
+5, 10 feet. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Can I go hide myself as well?
Pardon?
Can I go hide a little bit as well?
Yeah. There's...
I just don't want to be all flustered.
Yeah, you can go ahead and move your speed. All of you can move up to your speed as you are repositioning in this instance. Tang, are you staying airborne or are you dropping to the ground?
I'm dropping behind that rocky outcropping.
Okay. That is the cliff, Dunnan. You cannot scale that.
Oh.
So, for context, I'm still on cone. I'll be back on cone later. Each of these areas is about a 5-foot tier to scale. So it would take you 15 feet, from the base to the top, using 10 feet in the middle to scale it. This is 10 feet, so it would take you 30 feet to scale from the base all the way up to the edge. So you could spend your entire movement done and be right there on the edge of that upper level. Correction.
Okay.
Because this is the only section that's double wide. Double height, so to speak. All of the rocks that you see, measure tool, like here, are 5 feet roughly in height. They're somewhat flat. Like you don't want to be standing and fighting on them probably, but you can move and clamber over them if need to. And you can take cover behind them as necessary. If you have cover from a AoE effect from a point of origin, it'll give you advantage on whatever type of save it is. Grotto will go with the individual that seemingly knows how to heal. Gwen will follow the footsteps where she believes Lend went. Aeolus, Hellerest, any movement?
I'll stick with Aeolus. Wherever he goes.
I've always wanted to ask this question. Where do I feel the dragon?
You have a brand on it. North. At the top of this tiered area. North on the map.
Aeolus will, as everyone fans out, he'll just point upwards, northern, and go, there you are. Fan out. Let's kill ourselves a fucking dragon.
Are you following Gretel and Tang?
No. Aeolus is going to just scale up.
Certainly. That is full movement to get right there. And Hellerast, you were following Aeolus?
Yep.
Alright, right, you guys are on the edge.
Okay.
Okay. As the group of you fan out, you hear a incredibly bass growl emanate and echo through the space. A few seconds following the initiation of this growl, you hear the high-pitched, off-key song of icicles vibrating throughout the space. Why have you followed me? This is not your space.
Why do you plague these lands?
The lands are mine.
If you were a natural creature, I'd say yes, you belong here. But you're not natural, are you?
You hear metal sliding over metal. So be it that this is your graves. Could have all of you roll into initiative.
Of course.
God. Always great when the healer rolls first of the group.
Once we get going, though, it's just a rotation.
Oh yeah, but Dylan's gonna come back and be like, "Guys, what the fuck?"
It's true.
All right, so I need to roll. Let me see. I need to roll Lend, Gwen, and Grotwell into initiative. Okay. I'm going to drop some of their initiatives, so I'm not running multiple characters back to back. Okay. And then I'm going to grab Siegfried's token, because I think we will pick up here next section. But I'm going to drop Siegfried into initiative. Perfect, right where I wanted them. So we will pick up as the group of you are rolling into initiative with your tentative allies, the Death Deniers, against a voice of the corrupted.
I will do my best to be functional next week.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be in San Francisco.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's bad news for Aeolus.
They must still have Death Ward.
So yeah, so I have Death Ward and I have the Lantern. So
Yeah, so I just have to kill you 3 times.
that's
It's fine. The
fine.
dragon has multi-attack. It can kill you 3 times in the same round.
Yeah, and we already came to the conclusion my backup characters just could be con based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would go great.
Yeah. Just straight con. No strength, no dexterity.
Yeah. There's a couple. My classes are based on con. You could bring another shaman.
I there was a part of me that wanted to make another warden. I won't lie.
Yeah, the warden's fun. All right. Good session, everybody.
Okay.
Dunnan tries to kill the ally in the middle of the fight.
Oh, that's what blind rage does.
Yeah.
And a begrudge from a dwarf.
All right, so Siegfried has 87 hit points. 87.
He only has 87.
Yeah, he's got 87.
Eesh.
That's okay. It's still higher than Aeolus's original.
Mm.
Also, Helaras, your hit dice is a D12. Like,
Okay.
you get more hit points than people because you.
I know. I understand. The Helarast is just like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean you took 3 hits and you're on death saves?
Yeah.
That's
Groddle's
why
got.
she.
Groddle,
That's why she took life exchange
Yeah.
because she
Groddle
knew
and
she
Lend
could
have a ton.
hit it twice and still be alive at the end of the fight.
I'm very
Groddle and Lend are
interested.
well into triple digits.
Yeah, I'm
Well
very
into.
interested at the end of this campaign to see their stat blocks.
Oh yeah.
Mine?
No, Groddle and Lend and probably Gwen.
Oh, Groddle and Lind, yeah.
Well, I've also adjusted their stat blocks twice since starting the campaign. So every time you guys interact with them and they go their separate ways, they get adjustments as well.
Oh, that
Love
makes
it.
sense.
I love it so much. They're my favorite NPCs.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Lend is well equipped at this point. Groddle's getting there. So we'll see what the Horde has. All right. Good session.